right, everybody. Hey, welcome. This is the second day of PhotoPea, and what I'm going to demo here is how to create the unwanted gift. So you can either use a mailbox, you could use an Amazon box like this one, and what you're going to do is you're going to include whatever you feel would be unwanted for Christmas. And so in this case, I'm just going to use a real general one. I'm going to use the lump of coal. As you can see, I went online and I found an image of an open Amazon box. Feel free to use any kind of box you want. I just happen to like this one. And so the next thing I need to do is I need to find, I'm going to put in the lump of coal. So I just typed in lump of coal, white background, because I want it to be easy. I want to be able to cut that out with the magic wand and make it super simple. So once I've got the box opened, I'm going to go under File. I'm going to open up the coal. Let's see, here we go. Okay, and then I'm going to see what I can do as far as cutting this out. I'm going to use the wand tool. Let me move this over just a bit. Okay, and I tap, let's see, and what is going on here? So I'm going to have to do a right click, and I'm going to have to go down to Magic Wand. Okay, so again, this is the third, fourth one down, and I hit that. I'm going to hit Control X. Remember, again, anything that's checkerboard, that means that it's transparent. And I can probably get rid of the shadow since the coal is going to be inside of the box. And so I'm just selecting that, and I'll get these little pieces. There we go. And then I'm going to do Control A for all, Control C for copy. I'm going to go back to the tab where the box is. I'm going to hit Control V. And as you can see, it's a little bit too large, so I'm going to be going under Edit and Free Transform. Okay, and I'm going to zoom out, so I hit Control minus, and I'm going to then try to get this a size where it feels like it could fit inside of that box. Okay, so probably like that. Maybe I'll tilt it so that it can be, so the for you can be read a little bit more easily, like that. And then I'm going to try to make it look as though this lump of coal actually sits within the box. I'm going to have to cut some pieces out. I'm going to change the opacity of this just a little bit. So I'm going to bring that down, and I'm going to then zoom in. And what I'll do is I'll grab that magnifying glass, and I'm going to then use the polygonal lasso to cut along that edge. So make sure that you're on the coal layer, or whatever layer it is that is the object. I'm going to then select that. And again, for the lasso to work, you have to end where you started. So to make that complete circuit, that complete loop, then I hit Control X, and I'm going to change the opacity again, see what else I can do, maybe add in some shadows. Let's see. So I'm going to go Control D as in dog, deselect. What happened here? Control D, there we go. And then I'm going to maybe expose a little bit more of this crumpled paper. So I'm going to grab that lasso tool. I'm just going to make a little bit of a jagged edge to this, so it feels like that paper is, overlapping it. Hit Control X, and I'm going to put in some shadows here. Obviously, you're going to have to interpret this. It looks as though, because of the shadow, if you look down at the left side of the box, that means that the light must be coming from this direction. So what I'll do is I'll put the shadow over here. So I'm going to start with add a new layer. And I'm going to then grab the brush tool. So I tap B for brush. And if it goes to pencil, just do a right click. And then I got to go up here and change the diameter of it. And I want to make sure, because I'm working with shadows, I want to make sure that this is all the way at 0%. Okay, so it creates a soft edge. And let's see, we got green there. So I need to go to default. Okay, so I'm going to hit Control Z to back that out. And then if I go over here to my layers palette, let me move this over so you can see it. All right, so if I go over to the layers palette, I'm going to hit the little D for default, puts black on top, and then I can create some shadow work here. Obviously, that's a little too strong, so I need to change the opacity of it. So I'm going to go up to, let's see, right here where it says opacity, I'm going to change this down to like 50%. It's going to make it a little softer, a little easier on the eyes there. Okay, and then maybe I'll put a little shadow over this way. Okay. There we go, very nice. Then I'm going to maybe, you can see along this edge, there's a little bit of a white halo happening. So I'm going to go in and try to fix that up. Let's use the eraser tool, and I'm going to change, let's see, there's the diameter of that. I want to bring the diameter of the eraser tool down a little bit, maybe to like 3 or so. And then what I'll do is I'm going to click on my coal layer, and I'm going to go around the outside and try to get rid of that halo there. Okay, so I'm just cleaning it up. And because it's coal, you know, this edge is imperfect. So I don't have to be too careful about this, but I want to address it in some way. All right. And then also we've got a little halo on the tag here, which I'm going to try to get rid of. If you hold down the shift key, you can erase a straight line. Okay, so I click there, and then I can sort of bring that in. And I'll do the same thing here. All right, very nice. Next, I need to deal with this this bow here. I could repair this bow. Maybe I could slap a different kind of bow on top. Let's see if I can repair it. So I'll need to zoom in. I'm going to make sure that I'm on the bow layer there. And it looks like what's happened here is it's missing parts of the white areas of that bow. So I'm going to use the brush tool. I tap B for brush. I'm going to change the diameter of this. Make it a little, maybe a little bit more than that. Let's see. And then I'm going to see if I can't now. It's still on black, so I need to change that. The way that you switch colors is you're going to hit X, or you can hit this little up-down arrow over here on the left of the tool console. And let's see if I can kind of like bring some, yeah, I think the fuzziness, the blurriness, I need to bring that up just a little bit. And maybe I'll reduce that. Okay, that's going to work. And I'm just kind of repairing this. And over here, there's a little bit I need to deal with. Okay. All right, it's not perfect, but it's a heck of a lot better than it was. And almost done. All right, so let's zoom out of this, see what we got. That looks fairly convincing. So I'm gonna, maybe I'll put a little bit of shadow right here. I think that in the foreground where the string meets the box, you're gonna have a shadow there. So again, you're trying to determine what's called light logic. You know, and again, I'm telling you the light source because the shadows here is happening somewhere to the top right. So you wanna make sure that you kind of get everything in order so there aren't any holes in the believability of your piece. So I'm gonna go back to black. I'm gonna tap B for brush, and let's see if I can just, let's see, I'll do this on a new layer here. And I'm just gonna, well, that's a little too dark, so I gotta change the opacity. And yeah, that's pretty nice. From a distance, it looks good. All right, so that's the piece. This is called the Unwanted Christmas Present. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next video.